Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the dishes clean from behind us, and the lighting is set up, and we're kind of looking like we did in this video from 5 years ago. We just got the message on our phones. What was it, last 2 weeks ago, saying that Allison's 5-year anniversary of a stem cell bone marrow transplant has come up, which is interesting. So it's been a crazy ass journey. You've all been around for a lot of it, but let's do a little catch up here. First, let's go back and look at the video from 5 years ago, just after she had her stem cells transplanted. Here it is here. Hey folks, it's Ken and Allison here. We just had the transplant. This is the big sort of pinnacle of everything we've been working towards. I think all the medications are finished destroying Allison's body. Now we have the long road to make things better again. But we've started on a good note. Allison's even worn a new top today. She's not wearing that blue gown anymore.
It feels really soft.
Yeah. Anyways, we just want to say thanks for all your help. This has been a really tough time for us, and knowing all you guys are there is really important. So thank you very much. You got anything to add to that there? Or?
No, just from beginning to end, from our community to our friends and the nurses here. It's been a really life-changing journey for me.
Good.
And especially there's a group of girls that have supported me and continue to support me. So,
anyways,
and I'm excited. I woke up this morning knowing that this was a start for the new me.
that's right.
Yeah.
Onwards and upwards. Okay, thanks everybody. See you later on. Well, wow, how did that make you feel?
Well, first of all, my voice was so shaky. Like that's the first thing I noticed. And of course, yes, my PJs. I love my PJs.
And you had no hair.
And yeah, you're right. That's a big one.
You had no hair. My beard wasn't like this. I had no hair. We both had no hair. And I didn't have this new thing on my face here, which I noticed when I saw the video, this little finger that's growing out of my eye. It's not there. I thought I've had it all my life. And now I'm looking back, I'm like, what else has changed?
And then he just mentioned to me, and I was
now
like,
it's all
oh my
she can
gosh,
see.
that's all I can see now.
But this isn't about me. Allison, as you know, she was diagnosed with MS. We went through a hell of a time 6 years ago, and then we went in, 7 years, and then we went in for a stem cell bone marrow transplant in Ottawa, which literally brought her to the doorsteps of where death lives.
Yes.
And I carried your 70-pound bony ass back home after that, and we started recovering, and everything was good. Didn't realize that you had developed osteoporosis from all the chemo, and then you shattered a hip.
Correct.
And that
in 2020.
In 2020. And that was what really set you back, because that was when COVID was happening, and you should have come out of hospital after your surgery and went to rehab, but you didn't. You came out of hospital and they sent you back to me, where you stayed in a hospital bed for another 6 to 8 weeks. During that time, so much of your muscles atrophied in your legs that you haven't been able to walk since. So it's been 7 years since Allison was diagnosed. And it's been an incredible journey for us, with Allison going on long-term disability, me sort of, stopping touring pretty much exclusively, except for a few Watchmen shows here and there and the odd solo show. So basically both of us stopped working. And now both of us spend our days here in this house, where we have spent a lot of time. We're going to do a little walkthrough and show you what we've done. We spent a lot of time getting the house accessible for Allison. And a big part of Allison's journey, I think, or a big part of our journey, was the mental adaptation to what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, I had to figure out that I'm no longer, I guess I'll always be a teacher, but I'm no longer a teacher that goes to a school to teach. And we figured out that the Whiskey Wednesday show is our passion project.
Yes.
And that has taken up a lot of our time, and the extension of that has been vision boards and the fanzine, which has allowed me to sort of keep mentally engaged and purposeful.
Yeah, and it's allowed you to work with a lot of technologies, assistive technologies for people with disabilities, and you've come really far with that. You're right. The Whiskey Wednesday show also came about during COVID online, and it has become, it's become my venue to play every week. and it's become a purpose for the band to get together and rehearse and have dinners and drinks. And the band is here at the house 2 or 3 times a week. So the house is very full and alive. I don't get out much. Allison gets out every couple months. I get out maybe once a week to run somewhere, but we're pretty much homebodies. But we have created an environment here that's pretty comfortable for us.
He says he gets out once a week. He tries to get out every day to go skateboarding. So yeah.
Going to the skate park.
Yes.
I don't consider that going out. It's just like exercise. But yes, skateboarding is another thing that I've taken up. Anyways, we're going to show you through the house. It's been, like I say, it's been a long time since we've had an update, and it's, I know people.
And I wanted to say, like, the purpose of the stem cell transplant, it was never sold as a cure, because it's not a cure. MS has already done the damage to my nerves. What the point of the stem cell transplant was to stop MS attacks or relapses.
Right.
And like before I went for my transplant, the year before, I'd had 3 attacks within 1 year.
Yeah.
And since then, I've had no attacks. So that was the point of the transplant, was to reset my immune system so that, to trick sort of MS to say that, oh, no, it's no longer here.
Exactly. And that was, for all intents and purposes, a complete success. And in fact, had we known about the osteoporosis and Allison not broken the hip, or had she gotten, rehabbed shortly after, she'd probably be walking today. But we didn't have that turn of events happen. And Allison is still working on it. We're still hopeful.
We're still hopeful.
Always hopeful.
But we're practical that we have to move on with life.
Yeah. And I think the tipping point for us in going from misery to acceptability was when we realized that exact thing. It was like, okay, let's just, and this was about 3 years ago. I remember it was Christmas time, or after Christmas, and I remember sitting down with Allison and saying, let's accept things the way they are. Even though we're not sort of saying this is the way it is, like we're still hopeful that you're going to walk again. But if we pretend that this is the way it is,
right,
and accept that, as soon as we did that, it went from being miserable and horrible to being.
And that's when I got my power wheelchair.
That's when you got the power wheelchair.
You accept that that's the process.
Exactly. And this year we did take the power wheelchair out. It came to the first Watchman show in 7 or 8 years.
Yes.
And
it was amazing.
And that was a big step too. So lots of great stuff going on. And we really wanted to say thank you to everybody for the help over the last, 5 years. I mean, when we did the fundraiser and stuff, and that was obviously amazing. But to come back to it years later and just be able to say thank you to everybody who's been in our life. And there's Jackie. To everybody who's been in our life, it's been incredible. So wish you all the best out there. We're doing just fine here. And
we're going to take you on a tour of our space.
We're going to take you on a tour of our space. So here it is. Check it out. So we're going to start here at the corner of the house. This is a little cutting garden that Allison and Cassidy planted. Sorry, my foot there. A little cutting garden. All these here will turn into flowers that will adorn the house throughout the summer. And this here is more of the same. So they have these 2 gardens out here, which Cassidy plants and Allison maintains. We have some vegetables going. We have a big pile of dirt, which we're almost finished getting rid of. But this is the big thing here. We built Allison. I'm sure you don't remember, but this used to just be a concrete ledge up there. There was no wood. And then there was a set of steps that came down right there. We took out the steps and we built this here. Now up top, you'll see what it is. This is what Allison refers to as her secret garden. So we're gonna walk inside. This is the door next to Allison's bed, and this is the window next to Allison's bed. You'll see that from the inside. So putting concrete down out here was important, even though it's a mess right now. This helps Allison get in and out of the house. We never had any concrete here before. As we move to the backyard, you can see we've got a nice space here that Allison can totally get out to. We got that ramp put in, so she comes out in her power wheelchair. We're still just getting everything ready back here for the summer, but she comes out in her power wheelchair, and look at all the space she's got here. And this is also where I practice some freestyle skateboarding. Lemon tree and everything is over there. A little shed over there for me to go and escape. And then as we go in through this brand new sliding door, you'll see Allison inside with Jack. Allison can come through this sliding door with no problems. They actually put some
extra stuff on this here. They built up the center with metal so that there's no chance of it breaking with there's a 400-pound wheelchair going over it. And this is Allison in the kitchen. Hey, Allison. Hello. And Jack, of course, who lives on Allison. So the kitchen it was always opened up like this, but we just sort of made it, we did some painting, put some new lights in it, stuff like that. And this countertop here, it used to have sitting space, so the counters used to come out to almost here, and it made it tight for Allison to get through these places, and she couldn't get, like over here again, this counter came out to around here and here, so she couldn't access this part of the kitchen. Now with the counter being smaller, she can get around the island and she can get wherever she needs to in the kitchen. We also put in these magnificent, what do they call these things, Allison? Transitions. Zero threshold. There's no bump at all on these here, which is really nice. Oh, and this is Allison's bedroom. We got the floors done in here, hardwood, so it's good for the wheelchair. Allison's high-low bed. This is a recliner for Allison when she's not in her chair. And this is another viewpoint. These are all the things that Allison lives with her. This is her comfy chair, her wheelchair, and her bed. And of course her Sheldon-like iPad. This thing here is amazing. It's hard to kind of demonstrate, but basically if she's sitting facing it, she can use these handles and the feet places to pull herself up using her arms, and then all of her weight goes on this. And then say the bed is there, and she's standing up facing that way. All I do then is push this button, and the top part spins. And then she can sit down into her wheelchair. So this is called a row turner. It's amazing for doing transitions. It's just so helpful. So this is the windows I was telling you about. Bathroom first. Allison's making me. Again, this bathroom was originally only about half as wide. Not even, about here. It was just basically a walk-in with a toilet at the end. So what we did was we took this entire wall, moved it 4 feet, I believe, 3 feet into the living room, made all this waterproof, put in a sloped floor. So everything now is perfect for Allison to get in and out and shower. It's a gorgeous looking bathroom.
I always have flowers.
Allison always has flowers. There are flowers here today. Saying to Allison, it's so weird because usually there's flowers throughout the entire house. There's usually flowers on this table and on this ledge and up there and over there and on the counter, but no flowers today. As you can see, Allison's got her little ducks and stuff all over the wall. She was a kindergarten teacher, remember?
Oh, and then look in the bathroom. I love the view of the secret garden from the bathroom.
Okay, let's check out the secret garden from the bathroom first. Ooh, there's Allison's secret little garden, which we're gonna go check out right now. So this is the bathroom. It's gonna come out around the corner. This door here takes us out to the secret garden. Check this out, folks. So Allison can come out here. All this stuff down here, she can actually wheel full in her wheelchair there, and her legs go underneath, and then she can do her gardening here with all these plants that she has. And she can do her cuttings and deadheading and bringing stuff in. Again, this would look amazing once we get rid of that last pile of dirt. But from up here, it's Allison's little secret garden. Over here, she has a little herb garden going, which she's quite proud of. We got some mint and some thyme and some basil and some other things. And then over here, she has some more things as well. And of course, the massive basil plant. So this is the secret garden, which is quite fantastic. It's a great place for Allison to come out and just sort of be in touch with nature. And it's, it's this close to where she sleeps. So it's amazing. Coming back in, we have Sheldon, Allison's iPad. Travels around with her and helps her do everything she needs to do. Okay, so let's walk up the front of the house. This is my area now. You're going to notice a significant difference. Teenage bedroom. Guitars, road cases, bass amps, more guitars, skateboards. A big area for skating, of course. But the great thing is Allison can come on up and she can come in through here and pester me when I'm not listening to her. And, that's kind of fun. As we navigate our way around the speakers, again, fully accessible for Allison, more of these transitions here into the front of the house. And over here, you'll see, this is where the Whiskey Wednesday studio is. It's a little dim in there right now. There's not much happening, but that's where, again, fully accessible to Allison. There's her room down there. There's the Whiskey Wednesday studio. And she can get in on nights where she needs to help out with the controls and stuff. Now we go out to the front of the house. This is the last little part of it for accessibility. Again, this new door with these new thresholds, which are incredible. Allison can come over these here, no problem. And then, you know, we've got the nice porch up here, and we've got this little sitting area here for me and Allison and Neil usually. Put a little heater up there for nights where it's cool. But we come out here, we got a few plants here, and then we've got the entire front yard, which Allison has been working on. Neil built this last year. Neil put the flower garden in, dug it all out, put in all the dirt, got it all looking good. So these are all brand new plants. So all in all, fully accessible house, full of plants. Allison seems happy. I seem happy. This is just the way it is. There's Jack and Allison. You got anything to say, Allison, at the end of the tour?
That's it. I hope you enjoyed the tour.
Okay. Cheers.